group. How's everyone doing? This is Kathleen with Kathleen's Trodden Trail, coming to you this Wednesday morning, almost afternoon, February the 28th. And it has been a while. And I say that every time, so I'm not going to make up any excuses for why it's been so long or why I haven't done a video in forever. But it just, life's been really crazy, and some of the whys may come up as we go on in the video. So I have 4 chairs surrounding me, loaded with FFOs, works in progress, stash, and a variety of stitching, not just cross stitch, but some rug hooking and some wool applique. So I was hoping to get Maddie's computer and be able to record one video longer than 15 minutes, but that didn't work out. And as it turns out, this is the only opportunity I've had to record today. So I'm going to do this on my iPad, and I'm going to do, 2 or 3, hopefully not more than 4 15-minute videos. And I hope that's okay. It's just the best I can do for right now with the setup that I have. And if you don't like it or don't really want to go from video to video, then feel free to skip them, delete them, or I guess you can't delete them, but skip them or don't watch them or whatever. That's absolutely fine. I've just been hearing so many things about negative comments and thumbs down and all of that. And I've had thumbs down before. I've never had a negative comment, but I'm sure the day will come. And then comments on Stitch Mania, and it's just so discouraging. I feel like I just wanted to say, well, first off, I deleted the Facebook app as well as Instagram from my phone and my iPad because I always give Facebook and Instagram up for Lent. So I just kind of stay away from it for Lent. But I actually did it a few days before Ash Wednesday because I was just discouraged by what I was seeing and kind of what I was spending my time reading. And I just thought, this is just yucky stuff. And I guess I went back and forth in my mind with whether I wanted to talk about this or not. I think everybody who watches my videos, and because there aren't that many, there just aren't. This is preaching to the choir, I guess is what I'm going to say. But I'm just going to throw it out there, and if someone happens upon this video who feels differently, you can just keep on. But stitching is a hobby, and Floss Tube is a community and a way for people to connect. And if you don't like somebody's videos, don't watch their videos. If you don't like somebody's comment, don't read the comment or move on from it and get on with your life. And who cares? If someone cusses and you don't like the cussing, don't watch that person or follow that person. I feel like we have this huge intolerance for people, and it's just discouraging. So, So anyway, it's kind of the same with me. I can only do 15-minute videos on my iPad, and typically have a lot more to say than I can say in 15 minutes. So I'll do multiple videos, and if that doesn't work for somebody, that's absolutely fine. Don't worry about it. So, okay, off my soapbox. Let's see. Okay, I think we'll just get right into it because there is just a lot I have to talk about. And I may or may not talk about all of this. I may just, it may just be enough at some point and I'll just end it. The dog is sitting over by the treat cabinet, which he only gets one of those a day, and he's already had it, and he's begging for a treat and looking at me like I'm the meanest person in the world because I won't give him another treat. Nope. No more treats. Go lay down. Go lay down, Baxter. No more treats. Anyway, okay, so let's just start with this because it's right here in front of me, and this is just an awful lot of fun. I was watching Priscilla and Chelsea, I think, last week, And we happened to be in South Dakota doing a college visit with my youngest. And she and I had gone up the day before. She had an interview for a scholarship, and early Monday morning. And so we were supposed to get snow, and it was supposed to be kind of bad, and ice and wind and all that good stuff. And so had gone up the night before and stayed in a hotel, and I just see a message from Michelle, Farm Girl, that they have 6 babies. I was asking her how many babies they have, and she just messaged me that they have 6. It's a very exciting time. Anyway, Maddie and I were in the hotel, and it was late, and I couldn't sleep, and I'm watching Floss Tube and perusing Etsy and all that good stuff. And Priscilla and Chelsea had talked about the Floss Inn, and they had talked about these marvelous bags, or organizational systems, I think is more what I'm going to call it, for your floss. And they attached the link, and I went to the website of the Floss Inn, and that's the Floss, FLOSSN, and ordered a couple of ins for my floss. And so they came. Juju is the name of the lady who runs the Floss Inn, and I assume makes all of these lovelies. And she got them in the mail to me the very next day, and they came just a few days later. And this is my first one. This is a 15 skein floss organizer, and it has llamas on it. And when I was younger, my sister Judy and I had a thing with llamas, and we collected llamas, and we used to give each other llama Christmas ornaments. I don't remember why. We did it for years and years, but I've always kind of loved llamas. And so this was one of the fabrics that she had, and I had to have the llamas, and I think they're so cute. So how it works, and maybe you guys have seen this, is each Floss Inn comes with a bag of these cool little wooden dowel thingies. I don't know what you call these, spools that you wind your floss around, and then you and labels, and each thing of floss goes in here. You thread it through the little hole with a needle, and then you just pull it from here, and it's super neat. And then you roll it up. Roll it up this way to finish it off, and close it, and there you have all your floss organized. It's great for traveling. So I started a new project this week. On Saturday, it is it's a Peter Rabbit. It's my fascination with all things Beatrix Potter. I bought this a long time ago and came across it, and didn't really look at it. I saw that there was an umbrella in it, and I thought, oh, that would be a good spring project. But the name of the pattern is actually Mr. and Mrs. Rabbit Snow Day from the Tales of Peter Rabbit. And it's an Arenco original, and it looks like this. And they actually have an umbrella for the snow, but nonetheless, it was cute, and I decided to start it. And so I organized all my floss. I got a larger one, looks like this, and this is a 30 or 40 organizer in. And got all my floss, so all my floss in here, wound and set up and in there and ready to go. These are very neat. They're not cheap, well worth the price. Would be something, as I told Juju, I will definitely buy more once the budget allows. But the workmanship, the stitching on it is incredibly professional. The fabric is lovely, nice quality, everything about it. And I wouldn't probably organize every project in these, but for large projects or a small project that you were going to take on a trip or something, I think these are fantastic. So that was that was one of my purchases. And then along with that, I'll show you, since I just showed you the Mr. and Mrs. Rabbit, this is my start on Mr. and Mrs. Rabbit. I'm doing this on a piece of even weave that I bought at Michael's, I believe. And it was blue, and I thought, so in the pattern, all of this is white, filled in with white. And you don't have to do that. I mean, I don't have to fill that in, and I may or may not once I get the rabbits stitched, the rabbits in the umbrella. But the funny thing, and I was missing one spool of like 3865 or something, so that's why her face isn't full. But I started it. These Arenco originals, or at least I have 3 of these Beatrix Potter, and then another one from a piece of artwork that's 2 kids sledding. I wish I could show you the patterns. The patterns are really phenomenal. There's one huge, like 8.5 by 11 printing of the chart that is the whole entire chart, and then it's broken into 4 quadrants, and each quadrant has a fourth of the pattern on it. So upper left, upper right, lower left, lower right, and huge print, very easy to read. But because I was working from a quadrant, I wasn't quite, and I started in the lower, in the middle essentially, and I wasn't sure quite which quadrant I was working in. Or I know which quadrant I was working in, and I wasn't quite sure where in the pattern I was. I thought I was stitching his coat, and I thought that I was, for some reason, I thought I was down here and stitching in here, and I stitching away, and very easy to follow the chart, and couldn't figure out why it wasn't really looking like his coat. And so then I put everything down and stepped back away and held it away and thought, well, oh my goodness, that's her face. That is Mrs. Rabbit's face. And oh, it's so cute. So anyway, a lot of fun. I ordered these, I think on Etsy. I ordered these patterns, and I ordered two of them, and then maybe got a third one later on or something like that. But anyway, really like those. But the Floss in, on YouTube, there is a quick nonverbal video to show how to use these and how to set them up. And then I think it's theflossin.com, and if you're interested, highly recommend. Okay, so let's look at finishes, I guess. I have a few. First of all, let me show you a previous year's finish. This was February of 2016. And the way I finished this is one of my favorite finishes of all time, but this is a Jan Goose Design needle punch. And so it was shaped in the shape of a heart. And the way I finished it off was to use a blanket stitch. I put a piece of wool on the back and blanket stitched it all around the heart, and then attached a ribbon. And I love the way that turned out. And yeah, so I have that hanging here on the little knobs behind me, and that's just a lovely little, yeah, needle punch, people. I love needle punch, although I haven't done any in the last month probably. Anyway, that's old. That's February 16. The next 3 I have finished all this month. And the first one, and I had intended to make a whole bunch of these because I loved the way they turned out. But this is, guys, I don't remember if this is a Little House Needleworks or a Country Cottage, but it's one of those, and it's Seasons of Love. And it's really, I mean, I think it was really more meant to be a Christmas ornament. Which it could very well be, but I thought this was perfect and wanted to do it for Valentine's Day. I thought that was just perfect for Valentine's Day. So Seasons of Love, just made it into a little pillow, used some kind of old fabric I had on the back. Okay, I'm at 1440. I'm going to stop this and then go on to the next video, and I'll see you in a minute.